What is going on, everyone? Tim from Tirfon Orbital, double trouble today. Odin's Wrath, double trouble. I got two Odin's Wraths that I want to talk about. I don't know why am I like this? What is going on, everyone? Tim from Tirfon Orbital. A little bit of a double trouble today. I will be going over two, not one, but two, Odin's Wraths from Jawas Junkyard. One of these will be going to Leon, owner and operator of Jawas Junkyard, and one is mine. So I'm halfway taking a liberty today, but I also wanted to do a quick demo for Leon, right? I'm not going to go over the chassis in detail in this video. I did that in a previous video about this same hilt. But I did want to come up top and talk a little bit about the install process. There was only one change between this chassis design and my previous one. I had to design for bigger NeoPixel rings, which easy. I just had to, make the hole a little bit bigger. So we're going to jump right into it. Let's come up top and talk about these hilts. So here they are. Two Odin's Wraths from Jawas Junkyard. So when I did my first install on one of these, I did an install on one a month or two ago. It's an absolutely beautiful hilt. I really fell in love with this hilt. I fell in love with the way that we've got multiple mixed media. So we've got wood veneer, aluminum. There's opportunity to light some really cool greeblies up in the grip. So I really loved the look of this hilt, and I was really happy with the chassis that I designed for it too, right? So I knew that I wanted to pick one up for myself, so I did. I bought one from Leon's site, and before he shipped it to me, Leon requested that I install his personal. So I don't know which one's Leon's. They're both the same. So we're just going to we'll go over one and do a quick rundown on the build itself, right? So I have weathered all of the parts on this hilt. The hilt comes clean. Obviously, it does not come with the veneer already on it, so you need to apply the veneer yourself as well, right? So I weathered all of the parts. Then I added the veneer. So something that I did different this time with this veneer, I steamed it over a pot of boiling water. I can't remember where I heard that trick from, but when you get veneer, sometimes it can be a little brittle and a little dry. So I held this over just a pot of boiling water to steam it, humidify it, if you will. And it made it a lot more malleable and a little bit easier to work with, because you've got to watch out, right, where these edges are, right? In between this slit and the top of the veneer, those are the points that are vulnerable to cracking and breaking, like right here, for example, right in here. So I wanted to make it as malleable as possible, and holding it over a pot of boiling water actually worked pretty well, right? So applied my veneer, weathered all of the aluminum. I did weather the shroud as well, and that's it, right? The chassis is the same chassis that I've done in previous installs. So I've got a blue abalone inlay along one side of the chassis with some flourishes. Here is an 11 NeoPixel accent ring from Shtok Custom Works. So this is the difference between this install and my previous one. This was a Kim's Cantina NeoPixel in my previous install. I'm having a hard time getting more of those. I appreciate these small Shtok ones anyhow because they've got more NeoPixels, right? So I put that there. There is a white blinking LED here. That is for shine through in this blue lens on the grip. Okay, greebly work along both sides. Kill switch, and we also have a single NeoPixel here, and that is for shine through in the orange greebly. Okay, so I definitely wanted to get those greeblies lit, so I kept that in mind when designing this chassis. This is a Proffie V3 build. I had to look. So there are Proffie V3s in both of these. So the Proffie board does sit underneath that lip. You can get at your USB or your SD card if you need to. I prefer, I've said this before, I prefer to not slide my board out. So I use a 90-degree USB connector, and then I just pull the SD card out with a pair of tweezers. 28mm speaker, fully enclosed at the bottom here. This is from Smugglers Outpost. And we've got lit PCB emitters from CC Sabers. I also did a custom blade plug for both of these. So Leon, you will be getting a custom plug with your hilt as well. Another interesting thing about my install of this particular hilt is the switches, right? So initially, I think that Leon's intention with this grip design is to make these two lenses or these two greeblies like magnet, drop-in magnet switches. I am not a fan of magnet switches at all. I don't want to have to take those off when I unscrew my grip. So I've created a custom brass tack switch holder, and they fit perfectly in this slit in the hilt. So you get a main and an aux up top here. And that's it, right? So let's see if this is on.
You do have a great many things to explain.
So there's that NeoPixel ring. We've got our single NeoPixel here and a single white that just pulses. That single white is for this window here. That's it. All right, let's come down to the bottom. So, dual wielding Odins. Good sounding hilt. I love that we get some animation on the side of the grip. And obviously, I mean, that domed greebly is really cool. It's really cool looking lit up like that. And there's that white LED lighting that window. Let's see what else we put on here. All right. Let's put a blade in it. Okay, Leon, I don't know if you know this or not, but this is a 1-inch blade holder. There is a set screw right here that is going to serve as your blade retention. So tighten that down when the blade is in. This is a really, the way that I designed this is that it's very deep, a very deep blade holder. I mean, it goes, the PCB emitter is like right here. So we still get some shine through in those vents. One more. Oops.
I'm Cal Kestis.
One more. Oops.
Kindly shuttle.
I really like this domed greebly on that grip. So that's all I've got. This was a lot of fun to do. Obviously, I did both of these back to back or in tandem. I installed both at the same time. But when Leon asked me to do his personal, I was more than happy to oblige, right? So to Leon, I hope you enjoy your hilt. I will get it shipped down under as soon as I possibly can. I don't know how long it's going to take to get there, but it'll get there eventually. So anyhow, if anyone has any questions about this particular build or my chassis design process, please do not be a stranger. And with that being said, may the force be with you always. Have a good one, everybody.